Today I'm going to be examining the covers from the original 1996 Resident Evil North American PlayStation release.
Resident Evil.
The original 1996 Longbox PlayStation North American release for Resident Evil was created by an artist named Bill Sienkiewicz. There is actually an article online by Dave Shevlin that goes into the history of the development of this cover. Link in the description below. In the article, it also explains that this artwork was used as a pre-release promotional item as a Marvel comic for Resident Evil. The highest quality version of this cover we have available was actually tweeted out by the official Resident Evil Biohazard Portal Twitter, or X, on March 22nd, 2025. All of the links are in the description below. On to the next cover. Going back to Dave Shevlin's article, Discomfort Food Comics, An Oral History of Marvel's Resident Evil comic, you can see on the cover of the comic the Resident Evil logo has an eye behind it, and on the very back of the comic there's an ad for the game. In this ad it shows the game box, and it has the Resident Evil with the eye behind the logo. This version of the cover, as we know, was not printed for the Longbox release, but it was used in some promotional materials. The highest quality version of this cover that we have available was tweeted out and also posted on Facebook by Resident Evil or RE_games on X on March 14th, 2024. Link in the description below. On to the next cover. If you've purchased the Resident Evil 1996 North American Longbox release, there was actually a pamphlet that came inside the game package called Get a Grip, and it promotes Capcom's upcoming PlayStation games. One of these games on the back of the pamphlet is actually Resident Evil, and it shows a pre-release unfinished cover for Resident Evil. The portion of this pamphlet that showed Resident Evil was circulated online, but it didn't really explain where the source came from. Well, this is it. On to the final cover. This is where things get interesting. If we go back to the article Discomfort Food Comics, An Oral History of Marvel's Resident Evil comic by Dave Shevlin, in an interview we see Kramer, who was working for Capcom USA at the time, talk about one of the covers for Resident Evil. Kramer explains the covers that Bill Sienkiewicz did for Capcom. Quote, "He actually did two pieces for Capcom, the one on the cover of this comic and the box, as well as a second piece that was more blue and had ravens perched on the end of Chris's shotgun." End quote. The description that Kramer gave of Bill Sienkiewicz's artwork kind of reminded me of something. It seems like I've seen this artwork before. Well, I've did some digging around and I actually did find some artwork. If we go back to GamePro magazine, issue number 91 from April 1996. In April 1996, Resident Evil released in the Longbox form in North America. This cover not only fits the description that Kramer had given, but also inside this GamePro magazine, it says that this cover is courtesy of Capcom. But it does give no credit to who the artist is. Since this artwork was official from Capcom and given to GamePro magazine, is this the long-lost cover from Resident Evil? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. The official account for Resident Evil, at RE_games on Twitter or X, did actually tweet out a photo of this GamePro magazine when it was being inducted into the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Well, that's my look at the Longbox Resident Evil 1996 original release. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See you on the next one.